make sure to hit that subscribe button below. It's right down here. You like how I'm moving my finger, Heather?
It's a little weird.
Welcome to the Gastlecast! I'm Chris.
I'm Heather.
We went to Funatics Day Out 8 yesterday.
It was our very first one.
They had games!
They had costume contests.
They had a lot of raffle giveaways.
Now let's get down to business.
So when we walked into Funatics Day Out, we were greeted at a table with our new lanyards that had our names on them. And we were also greeted with our t-shirts that we had ordered. And this t-shirt, as you can see, it says Baltimore. And it has a little Funko Pop guy on there that's similar to like a Oriole player, I guess. And we also got another shirt, as you can see right here, that is really, really cool. And we were also given a bag of goodies. So Heather, that bag of goodies, it was full of a lot of really cool stuff.
A lot of really cool stuff.
It had a Funatics Day Out pin. Mm-hmm. It had a pop. Mm-hmm. It had a Dorbs. It had a letter in it that would basically outline the day. And the event of the day. Mm-hmm. And it also talked about the history that the very first one that they had ever done only had 11 people. This one, it was a little under, I think, 100.
I think so.
So there was a really good turnout there. It was held in like a banquet hall kind of place.
Yeah, at a hotel.
At a hotel. So it was a lot of fun. And when you walked in, there was a huge table just full of a bunch of goodies that people donated as giveaway prizes,
yes.
Which I thought was awesome.
And that was another thing in our bag was a strip of, what was it, like 7 or 8 raffle tickets.
Yeah, so, well, four each, I think, or 5 each.
I think it was 5 or 6.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was at least 6.
Yeah, so you got a bunch of those where you could possibly win some prizes. They called out numbers at certain points of the day. But let's go back to the bag. So in the bag, we had all the little goodies in there.
Yeah, we had little postcards. Baltimore
the little postcard was in there. And then we also had those little heads that were in there. There's the pin, but we also had these little heads. Yeah. So these little heads, they look pretty cool. They're the perler beads, similar to the stuff that I've been making lately, if you've been keeping up with Instagram. But there's Heather's. Isn't that cool? So awesome. So we both got these, but they gave away certain ones in bags that were associated with prizes.
Yeah, they were special ones. Like, they had like a glow-in-the-dark one.
Yes.
They had a gold one.
Yes. Yeah, the gold one went to, or the gold one got you the Bone Daddy, I think, glow-in-the-dark chase.
I think so.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
That might have been like one of the biggest gifts they had there. And then you also had the, what was it, the Thank You Freddy Proto,
yes.
Which was really cool. So I thought that was an awesome gift, and there was a woman there that actually got that, very special. That would have been an excellent piece to have in the collection. Mm-hmm. We don't really collect Freddy, so it's not that big of a deal, but I was really happy to see a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
People were just overjoyed the entire time, and that's what made it so exciting, that everybody was so overjoyed. But it was fun, wasn't it?
It was so much fun.
So why don't we start off with what you got in your bag? Not the gifts that you got in there, but that one special piece you got inside your bag.
The thing that they started off with.
Yes, go ahead and why don't you tell them about that?
So the guy that ran the whole thing, Jason, he was up front announcing things, and one of the very first things that he asked was, who had a gold coin in their bag? And I remembered seeing a gold coin, and I was sort of just like, what is this for? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? And when he said that, I was like, I have a gold coin. And I was one of 8 people that got to go up front.
So that was like super, super cool. So congratulations, guys.
That's all.
That was worth a plastic gold coin, don't you think?
This is what it was.
Boom, Bone Daddy.
Yes, the Funatics Day Out 8 exclusive Bone Daddy.
It's so awesome.
It is so awesome. So awesome. I'm so happy to have him.
So let's talk about this a little bit. So there was a glow-in-the-dark chase variant.
Yes.
And then you had this regular version.
Yes.
So do you want to go into what we found out with this regular version?
Yeah. So we heard that a lot of people were getting like an error glow. And I don't know if they all do this or not, but his head definitely glows. We tested it out last night, and yeah.
Glows in the dark. Yeah.
Glows in the dark.
So they actually Jason mentioned that there were some error glows that glowed red.
Wow.
But this one did not glow red. His head just kind of glowed like that green-white color, like a normal glow-in-the-dark. So that's cool. I just think that's cool that it's an error. I mean, it's, still.
It might be. I don't know, because
Maybe
there's
it's
so
supposed to
few.
be.
Yeah, maybe it's so few people that actually have these in their hands.
Right.
In the world. I hope we see more and are able to figure that
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
That was awesome.
Before we left the house the other day to go to this thing, we were contemplating, do we dress as Negan? Because that was our idea from the start. Do we dress as Negan? And Heather, in all of her
Smarts.
smarts.
Always being right.
I was going to say in being wise.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah.
Go on. No. Come on.
Yeah.
What about beautiful?
Beautiful.
I mean, that has nothing to do
Awesome.
with it.
Excellent. But she talked me into dressing as Negan with her. We went together as Negans, dueling Negans, as you can see right here. And the good thing we did it because we won another prize. We won a couple other prizes.
We did.
That we'll go into.
Now.
Now I'm going to show off the first prize I'm going to show off a prize that we received because we were dressed up.
Okay.
Because we were dressed up, and they did give us something special for being dressed up. Only to one of us, because they were supposed to hand out one of them after the competition ended, and they didn't. They forgot. So later in the show, they said, "Oh, hey, we forgot. We have to give these to the costume people as well." So everybody kind of got this prize.
Everybody that dressed up.
Everybody that dressed up. And that prize was another Bone Daddy. So we got 2 Bone Daddies. I'm shocked. I can't believe that we both got Bone Daddy. Well, why don't you hold yours up as well?
Okay.
So we both got Bone Daddy. But these guys are really cool. I'm really glad to have them. And I hope they are errors, because that would be really neat too. Like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
It would just be neat.
Just to have cool, like a cool gift anyway, and it happens to be like a little extra special.
Exactly. So these are cool. So as you can tell, our Funatics Day Out so far was awesome!
It was. Wait till you see what else we got.
So while I was sitting and watching this thing go on, as you can see from the video, we were sort of like an audience, and Jason was out walking around playing games and different things. It was a lot of fun. Like, it was fun to watch other people. They had karaoke that was going on. There's just a lot of really cool stuff. But while I was sitting there, he walked over to the table, grabbed an item off, and he goes, "You're dressed as Negan, so you deserve this." So he handed me this guy, which is really, really cool. This is a Daryl Dixon vinyl idols, and it is a 500 piece from New York Comic Con. Isn't he cool looking? I think he's cool looking. They have these weird eyes. Look at his eyes. They have weird eyes. I wouldn't necessarily collect these, but we are going to make a wall with all of our Walking Dead memorabilia and pops and things, and we're going to put it all together.
Yeah, with our frame that your parents gifted us.
Yes, and the frame as well. So we're going to put it all together, and this guy fits right in. And Jason, we really appreciate, if you're watching by any chance, we really appreciate everything about this show. I was going to make a big thank you at the end of this video about that, actually. But I just want to throw that in there. Thank you for handing this to me just at random. I thought that was so cool.
That was
yes!
Can I tell you something that I really like about him?
What?
He looks like he should be on Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, he does look like a Bob's Burgers.
He really, because he's tall and skinny and like just has a weird look to him. I love it.
Yeah, it's cool.
It makes me like him even more.
Oh yeah, and this is a bloody variant, by the way.
He's a Bob Dixon. So as Chris mentioned earlier, there was a costume contest. We both did put on our Negan costumes.
Yes, it was awesome.
It was our was it our 3rd time wearing them?
I think our 3rd time.
Yeah, it was our 3rd time wearing them.
And I feel like there was a couple other really cool costumes. Somebody did come in first place. They beat us. It was a guy dressed as Adorbs.
That was
but it was so
cool.
awesome. So I'm glad he won first spot, because I mean he
how
sure
could he
won
not?
First spot. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean all of the detail. I was looking at what he was wearing as like when he took it off, and I was just like amazed at the detail. He must have worked on that pretty hard.
Oh yeah, he had to work on
awesome.
that for a long time. But that was a really cool costume contest. It was fun. I'm glad you talked me into it. Why don't you show them what you got? So Heather was able to walk up to the table and pick something off the table. And I was able to pick something off the table. Heather was up there frantically trying to figure out, what exactly am I going to grab? What do I want? And she looks over at me and I go, I don't know. And she's like, okay, well, I'm just going to grab something. And she just grabbed something, and we walked back to the table, and I saw what she grabbed, and I thought it was pretty cool.
I got my very first Wacky Wobbler, And it's really special to me because growing up, The Wizard of Oz was like one of my favorite plays and movies, like, of all time. I love the colors and the whole thing of it. And so yeah, this is real special. It is The Wicked Witch.
She's so cool.
She really is. It's a
Glow in the
2010. Is it SDCC?
Yes,
yeah,
it
it's an SDCC exclusive. She glows. She's limited to 480 pieces. I thought that was really cool, and I love the detail on her. I think she looks very much like the Wicked Witch, and she looks pretty scary.
Yeah, she does. She does look scary.
I like her.
I think you made a good choice. It's a really cool one. Funny story about this. When we were walking out of the place to leave at the end of the Funatics Day Out, I had all my boxes like piled on top of me, and I'm walking out, and she just slides right off onto the floor, and the box lands in such a way where the back of the box just opens. It like spiraled
From
all
right
open,
here.
and the witch comes rolling out, and I was like, no! And I looked at Heather and I go, well, I just want to let you know she's gone. And Heather's like, what? And I was like, she's gone.
What else did I say?
She's gone, Heather. She's gone.
What else did I say?
I don't remember. What did you say?
Ding dong, the witch is
Yeah.
dead.
So I was like, well, she's gone, Heather. I think we lost one. But we brought it home and you fixed it.
Yeah, I brought her back to life with a little bit of Elmer's glue.
And you put the box back together.
Yeah, except, the...
Well, that was already there, by the way.
No, it was, but
Yeah.
I should probably glue that too.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah, I mean, I guess being as old as it is, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's almost 10 years
Who
old now.
cares?
Yeah,
I
it's
love
an older
her.
one. But it's
She's
cool, isn't it?
She
Yeah.
is really cool. Look at you, my pretty
And your little what?
dog. Too.
So while Heather was trying to grab her item, I was out trying to figure out what I wanted. And on the table, there were so many cool things that it was like I couldn't figure out what I wanted to grab. I'm like picking up this item, I'm picking up that item. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And finally I saw something in the corner of my eye that just looked so cool. And it looked so unique that I had to have it. I had to grab it. And because I picked up one thing first, I sat it down, then I picked up this thing. This is what I grabbed. So this is Mr. Heat Miser. He's the Dorbs Proto. And I thought he was so cool because his hair is like translucent. I mean, he is so awesome. I'm blown away. I'm not a collector of these guys. But this one specifically just looked really neat. So what did you think of this guy?
I absolutely love him.
Yeah.
That's like,
I just think he's cool looking.
he's awesome.
Yeah,
I love
think
his
he's cool
nose.
looking. Me too. I'm kind of blown away that this was even on the table. The thing about Proto is you can't really put a value on him. And I just grabbed it because I thought he looked cool. Like, I didn't grab it for any other reason. I just saw a bunch of stuff, and I was like, that looks cool, I'm going to grab that. And I took it. So when I took it, I put it in my bag. And while I was sitting at the, Funatics Day Out, people were approaching me about this guy. And they were basically asking me, what do I want for it? And I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, and they're like, oh, do you collect, the Christmas stuff? And they're like, well, I collect the Christmas stuff. The people asking me about it. And I'm like, oh, I was like, okay. And they're like, oh, hey, we'll make a deal. So I was handing them Gastlecast cards to make deals on stuff. So I'm kind of thinking, do I want to trade? I don't know. I just think it's really cool. When am I ever going to have something like this again? But if they offer up something that it fits perfectly in the Marvel or Walking Dead collection, I probably won't be able to turn it down. Well, because there are people out there that collect Christmas-related stuff, I feel bad not allowing an offer to come through. You know what I'm saying? And just holding on to it. And I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna keep it down here in the cave.
Yeah.
I mean, if people really collect Christmas stuff and they have something that I really would like to have, it doesn't. I mean, who knows even what the price would be? $100 thing or a $200 thing? Because I can't value this. But if somebody really wants to add this to their collection, I would try to make a deal with them.
Absolutely.
I don't know how soon, because I kind of just like looking at him for
He's
now,
really
and I
cool.
just think he's really cool, and I don't know. I think this might be the best thing we picked up while we were there.
Absolutely.
I love the Bone Daddies for sure.
Yes.
I guess the Bone Daddy and this guy are like the greatest things. But this guy is really cool. I hope you guys like it. What do you guys think? Tell us in the comment section below.
So as Chris had mentioned earlier, they had a lot of really cool games going on. There were, how many tables would you say? 10, 11, 12?
Something like that.
Something around there, and each table had to pick like a table leader, and they each got to wear a crown. So our leader was the creator of the Maryland pop community group, Ace, and he did an amazing job. What happened was Jason, the guy who set the whole thing up, randomly picked a table number, and the leader went up and chose an envelope. You could either get one titled Dad Jokes, which was you had to hear 3 hilarious dad jokes without laughing. And if you did that, then you won like a box of prizes that you could distribute to your table.
You can smile, but you can't break. So there's 5 dad jokes. You have to make it through 3 of them without laughing. You ready?
Oh, he's got it.
Here we go. What do you call a cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese.
Another one was karaoke. So they gave you like a karaoke song in the card that you picked.
Ace runs the MPC, Maryland Pop Community.
Yeah!
Please be karaoke.
Oh, what a feeling. By Irene Cara, done by Ace Sin. Please come up here.
Take a hold of my heart. What a feeling! Feel believing!
Another one was trivia, Funko-related trivia, and they did it sort of Hollywood Squares style. So they asked a question, and somebody else answered, and then the team leader had to tell you whether it was true or false.
Pop was released at San Diego Comic-Con 2010 to very little fanfare. However, they were not called Pop at the time. What were they called? Were they called Urban Vinyl, Mighty Mugs, Funko Force 2.0?
That would be the Force 2.0.
He says it's Funko Force 2.0. You concur? Winner.
And they also had, I think, 2 instant win cards, which was really, really cool.
Ah!
What is it?
An instant win.
It's an instant win! So your table, there we go.
Thank you.
Thank you, DJ Vince. On the money. We're going to do a box of protos for your table. Congratulations.
Wow.
So basically every table won because each team leader did everything correctly. It was freaking awesome. And we got a big box and each table was different. Ours was mostly DC related. There was a box full of protos, which was really cool. I don't really remember the other prizes, do you?
They had, I think one box was like Wacky Wobblers or Dorbs or something. They had a bunch of different boxes that were full of different stuff. But the proto boxes were interesting because
Yes.
I didn't realize that there were that many protos there.
Yeah.
But they were handing out like boxes of protos and putting them like on tables, and people were taking from them, based upon the winner.
Mm-hmm.
So like Heather said, every table won, but the prizes were varied.
Yes.
We're not DC collectors, so I just told the guys, I was like, just keep the pops. We don't collect those. You guys can have them.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that big of a deal. But while we were I think we're getting ready to leave, this woman approaches us and she walks up and she goes, "Look what I have." And she shows us, and you can hang it, Heather, and you can show them. She says, "Look what I have." And I'm thinking, okay, I was like, wow, that's really cool. And here we're dressed as Negan already. This is a Negan keychain proto. And I said, that's really, really cool. I like that a lot. She's like, yeah. She's like, here, I think it's, you guys should have it. And I said, no. I said, I'm not going to take a proto from you. I said, I don't think that's fair. And she's like looking at me like, dude, take this.
Yeah, basically.
Like, what is the matter with you? Just take this guy. So after she talked me kind of into it, and Heather didn't even say a word. I think Heather was just as shell-shocked over this as
I was shocked.
as
I
me.
was like, how are you giving that away right now?
I just couldn't believe it because I was so shocked because we are dressed as Negan. Negan's a big deal to us. I explained that we had, I proposed to her, in front of Jeffrey D. Morgan. So it just added, added more. I don't know. It was just so cool.
Yeah, it
So
was
the
really
woman,
cool of
the
her.
woman made mention that she collects Star Wars. So I'm going. If you're watching this and you are the person who gave this to us, please contact us because I have to repay you, and I don't know when that'll be. But she collects Star Wars, so I'm going to find something Star Wars related and hand it off to her. Something really cool. I have to find some really cool Star Wars.
Yes.
And we will do that, and I'm really excited. She also mentioned she's going to San Diego Comic-Con, so she's really the lucky one.
She's so lucky.
Yeah,
That's
she's really the
awesome.
lucky one in all this. But that was an awesome little token of kindness. Is exactly what the whole Funko thing is about. There was a lot of kindness at Funko Fanatics, and or Fanatics Day Out. I will go every chance I can get, and I will pay if my bank will allow it. I will pay any dime that I can to attend. So that's all the stuff that we picked up. We picked up a lot of really cool stuff. I hope you enjoyed all the stuff that we picked up. Our haul of the week will come at the end of this video because there's too much here that I didn't want to throw the haul of the week in the middle of it. I felt like it would kind of make it a little cumbersome. First, we want to thank Jason for putting this whole thing on here in Baltimore for the Fanatics Day Out 8. It was awesome, and we cannot wait until the next one if we are allowed to come. Hopefully, we're invited again.
Thank you so much to Ace and Mary Ellen who run NPC and gave us this amazing opportunity to attend. They were the ones that were able to hook us up with tickets, and we're just blown away and so grateful for the chance to go to something so awesome.
We also want to thank the rest of the NPC guys. Those guys are awesome. We love hanging out with you guys. That was our table with the NPC guys. The Maryland pop community. Those guys are really, really cool. We also would like to thank the Mid-Atlantic Collector Corps because that's another group that we're a part of, we're associated with. And they're also a group that's based here out of Maryland. And they're awesome as well. So we enjoyed hanging out with all of you. Thank you to everybody who came up and talked to us because we really enjoyed ourselves.
Yes.
It's really, really, really fun to talk to the people that collect the same thing you do and understand.
Absolutely, because I get judged so hard sometimes when I let slip what we do. People are like, what's this girl talking about? Like I'm cutting somebody's hair and I'm like, yeah, so we collect these Funko Pops, and what are those? Little bobbleheads.
Right.
I invest a lot of time and money into these things, and they're all around our house, and they're like,
What's a Flunko Hop? Yeah, so, it's nice to be surrounded by people that like the same thing. It's great to go to meets. We really enjoy going to meets, but this particular thing was so awesome. We were surrounded by a lot of good people.
Yes.
It was so cool. Thank you for having us. It was so awesome. Now, watch this quick video of our Haul of the Week. Well, we hope you enjoyed that little Haul of the Week snippet. We did get some really cool stuff this week. That Thanos with t-shirt was probably my favorite of the week.
Oh,
I
yeah.
absolutely love it.
that was one that I had to get. Chris and I typically collect two completely different things. He's the Marvel guy and some video game stuff, and I have Disney, Stranger Things, Walking Dead, horror, and I had to have my own metallic Thanos.
Thank you for tuning in as usual. We appreciate all of you. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share us. Please share us with your friends. You can go on Instagram and follow us there at Gastlecast, or you can email us if you feel like you want to at gastlecast@gmail.com. We have so many different ways of getting in contact with us. Try it, and you'll like it. And we do appreciate all you guys on Instagram who contact us when new things are coming out and available, and the links and all that stuff. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, and just talking in general. We have a
Yes,
few
we
people
love
that
talking to all
we
you
talk
guys.
to.
Absolutely. We try to talk to everybody we can about this because this is something that we love. And plus, when we find out that something is up and ready to purchase, we like to share it because we hunt together. That does it for this episode of the Gastlecast.
We will see you this Wednesday right here on YouTube for our weekly 9 p.m. live show.
Thank you for tuning in for the Gastlecast. We appreciate it. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
What are you doing? Stop. Hey, stop. Very good. All right. He said he loved me earlier. You can go stay there. Stay there. Don't get too close.
Give him an empty box.
Don't get too close.
Just drop it. Drop it before you give it to him.
Jake said he loved me earlier, so oh, look at this.
Yeah! Yes!
All that trash talk paid off. We hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Gastlecast. If so, please hit that subscribe button and check out some of our other fun content.
We've left you some links to some of our other videos that we thought you might like.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye.